when I lived in Hollywood, one time I was riding my motorcycle right after class.
Your dick almost.
No kidding. I was getting on my bike, ready to go home in Hollywood, and then this dude came up to me, a Chinese dude, and he went up to me. He's like, "Oh, nice bike, dude." I was like, just some random dude complimenting my motorcycle, and then I was like, I was just being polite, right? I was like, "Oh, you ride too? Do you ride motorcycle? What do you ride?" He said, "I used to ride until one time I brake really hard." And his balls slammed into the tank and broke, like, actually just, like, damaged one of his testicles. He had to remove it.
His balls popped.
Wait, doesn't that give him more reason? Because now he doesn't have to worry about that.
True.
Trauma, dude.
So
That's true.
he took it. So he actually, like, had to get surgery to remove one of his testicles from a motorcycle.
My fucking balls went
because
cold.
He was hitting the brake too hard.
Ouchie.
Oh.
He has to preserve his last ball.
That's crazy. Welcome back
Only
to Bro
one
Till
nut.
Friday podcast. We've got Tim.
I'm getting like secondhand pain.
We got what?
Hee Tiang Ming.
We got Hee Tiang Ming streaming directly from Bangkok, Thailand. He is a Chinese national with the CCP, and he's here to tell us all about the state's secrets and why he loves North Korea so much. Hee Tiang Ming, take it away.
Well, thanks guys for the introduction. I am indeed in Bangkok right now, and well, about the CCP, I'm not allowed to talk publicly on camera, as you know. Yeah. No, just kidding. It's totally tropical out here. It's like hot as like summer Californian weather.
Give it to us in Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Speak American to me.
No, speaking football fields. What's the temperature of football field?
How hot is it over there? Like 28 or 32 or?
I can't talk in Fahrenheit, but they're using the metric system out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two kinds of countries in this world: those that use the metric system and those who've landed on the moon. So,
Well, one thing is more crazier is like they actually drive on the right side. They drive on the right side of the road. They drive on the left side of the road, but they sit in the car. They sit on the right side of the
That shit
passenger
fucks with me.
seat.
Ah, dude.
Yeah,
That's
right.
fucked.
I seen cars like that they have them here where it's like they have they import them from like Japan or like Toyotas, and I'm like, oh, they look so nice because they're small and convenient.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I can't get over the fact that I'm gonna have to be on the right side of the car. It's like, fuck, that's
like you're in a go-kart.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's kind of inconvenient. Took a while to get used to it, but honestly, the city is so poorly planned. So poorly planned, man.
So on terms of walkability, you're saying it's not that good.
So how are the drugs?
How are the drugs?
How are the drugs compared to American drugs?
Okay, well, weed, as you know, is 100% legal out here. But still no dabs, no wax, no
No concentrates.
edibles. Actually, edibles are illegal here.
What the
Kinda
fuck?
weird.
What?
Because I think
Yeah,
it's
edibles
too
are
high of a
illegal.
dosage. There's a percentage of legal.
THC limit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
And also, like, because if you sell edible, it's hard to measure the active ingredients inside.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's the same problem here, isn't
hard
it?
No.
How would you measure
really.
a cookie's THC content? It's kind of impossible.
Yeah, it kind of is.
That's why out here. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you get what you get. You might get something fucking crazy. You might get
You
something...
get a star of death
Nothing.
with 7.
Damn.
It's a pre-roll. Someone gave it to me last night.
Pass the blunt.
I was at a punk rock game last night.
Dang.
It's pretty good sativa. I hope I can smoke here, to be honest.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Damn, we're gonna watch him get carried away.
They got-
live.
Get
Fucking
arrested.
tackle him to the ground. Fucking pick him up.
Damn. Okay, so how long you been in Thailand for now?
It's for 4 months.
Do you speak the
4
language too, or they all deal in English?
What is that?
Like, do they all do their business dealings in English as well, or do you have to pick up like Thai?
Taiwanese.
Well, there is kind of diverse because some people speak like really good English because they hang out with foreign like expats a lot, but the others are the rest have no English skills. By meaning no English skills, meaning they don't know yes or no, or water, toilet, this basic words, they have no idea what it is. It's shocking because some of the young people have no idea what even the most basic words are, but the rest are really good at English. So there's no in between.
So
Kinda weird.
So basically, the lady boys are gonna be the fluent English experts because they spend the most time with the expats. That's what I took from that.
Well, and also like speaking of ladyboy, it's actually quite interesting because you see in California, I live in California for like 8 years, but like it's gradually moving towards more liberal thinking, like accepting LGBT and shit. But out here, it's like they're doing the same, but very different. Because
they don't talk about
first
it.
of all, ladyboys never call themselves women. Ladyboys call themselves ladyboys or trans, but they don't ever call themselves, take on the identity of being women. They never do that. But I see in LA or California, a lot of trans people call themselves women and join women's sports and shit. I never heard. I think that's kind of absurd. And also, yeah, like ladyboys out here call themselves. They're like, I'm not lady, I'm lady boy. You see that clip, right?
Yeah.
They never try to take on the identity of women out here.
That's hilarious. I think I know the one you're talking about, where the guy's like, "Oh, you're a lady," and she's like, "No,
I'm lady
no."
boy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that one.
That's hilarious.
It's true though. It's true though. There's so much like gay people or trans people out here, but they never try to mess up the gender thing. They never call themselves women.
That's crazy. Different cultures. So
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah, and also, yeah, true. And also, they're like super violent. They're like, okay, so they love
Violent.
boxing,
Like,
Muay Thai. Like Muay Thai, literally everyone knows Muay Thai, bro. Like,
Muay Thai?
so they
I want to learn that shit.
Muay Thai, the Thai boxing. Yeah.
Damn.
Like literally, okay, so
angry.
it's literally on the different extreme of masculine perspective, like spectrum, spectrum, right? They have the trans ladyboy shit, and they have the most violent, vicious Thai boxer in the same city. You know, you just walk on the street, you see like hyper masculinity, hyper LGBT, whatever. You know, it's just like so diverse.
That's interesting. But
How are
I
the
mean,
police out there?
Yeah.
Like, how are the cops out there? Is it crazy? Are they strict? Are they basically?
Well,
Can you bribe them?
Yeah, can you bribe them like Mexico?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Let
you
me
do
get
buy
these like 50
almost-
pounds of cocaine.
It's like Mexico. It's a mixture of Mexico and 70s U.S. cop, like because they dress up like those tight uniform, you know, from the 70s. American cops will wear the tight cop uniform. It's kind of weird. They always wear that, like kind of very slim uniform, and they are like.
Have you had
I
any
mean,
crazy? Have you had any like encounters like with cops yet? Like have they went up to you out
Well,
there?
I don't want to talk about that. It's a little personal.
Ah,
What about here?
But yeah,
what about when you're in America?
the CCP
people,
forbade 'em.
bro. Like they take all the advantage of you. They try to scam you for
I
money
bet.
all the time.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is it
All the time, bro.
is it what about like in China? Are the cops like, let's compare the Chinese cops,
To
Thai
American
cops, and
cops?
American cops? Like, who's the most fucking crazy? I guess you can say, or the most corrupt.
Well, if you have messed up something in China, there's basically nothing you can do. If you get arrested from, let's say, stealing or something, you're gonna go to jail. No matter how good of a lawyer you hire,
Oh,
you're gonna
fuck.
have to go to jail.
Oh,
But-
fuck.
Out here, it's kind of different. Out here, it's like they keep. Okay, so you can do a lot of things. You can like you said, bribe the person, bribe the cops, or maybe hire a really good lawyer if you have the money. There's a lot more you can do, but in China, basically, you gotta
You're fucked.
use all. Yeah, you're fucked. Yeah, don't ever do anything.
Well, that's what an
Because
authoritarian
it's
regime will
almost
do
that.
to you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
Ted's been
dude.
arrested a couple times. I don't know if I can say
a
that.
couple times.
In America?
I don't know in America. In America, I don't think so. He's never told me.
Talk about your arrests. What you got?
What's
My arrest.
Yeah.
Okay,
Bring
I
out
have
your
a lot,
jail.
bro. Like I have a lot. but the most recent one was flying back. Okay, when I flew back from LA to China, I had a friend named Pedro in LA. He gave me a 9mm bullet when I was 18. When I was 18, right? So I hid that in my camera bag. I didn't know. I forgot about it like years later, and I brought that on the international
About a
flight.
fucking bullet,
Arrived
dude.
in China, and a squad actually came
Holy
to me.
shit.
They're like, "You cannot transfer to your hometown today." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "We found something suspicious in your luggage. You have to come with us." And so I was cuffed and sent it. I was like brought to the police station. They actually opened up all my bags in front of me because they actually found a 9mm cartridge inside. So they actually called the bomb squad. They opened up the shell. They separated the shell. They weighed all the gunpowders inside. How many grams? Like actually precise till like I don't know
the milligrams.
Milligrams
hell.
or even smaller units, but they actually and they also took pictures. But I was released the next day, but I could not take any airplane or high-speed trains for 1 year.
Oh
Fuck.
I was on so I lost a lot of credit scores.
Oh no.
Oh, credit score.
Yeah, I lost a shit ton of credit scores for 1 year. I cannot even take trains.
That's
Fuck.
crazy.
Did you get
That's
locked
the
out
result
of like using
Yeah.
payments and stuff, or? Because I know if your social credit score goes low enough, they stop you from being able to like make payments and stuff to the things, right? Were you
Yeah,
still
you
able
cannot
to do
get loan. You cannot get loan. You cannot travel using the high-speed train or flights or travel internationally. You cannot do any of that for 1 year.
Walk us through the social credit score for those of you viewers that don't know. What is a social credit score? I know we've all heard the meme of like minus 9999 social credit score because you didn't say Bing Chilling to John Cena. But tell me, walk us through it. How does it work?
Sure. I know we all know that America has this social credit score system, very sophisticated. Even like if you drive at like a freeway exit, you will see like how to clean your credit score. Written on the side of the freeway sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But in China, it's at a very beginning stage. They're not really well enforced. So there's no such a thing. You can like actually check your score. There's nothing like that. So, but if you are on a list, basically they have a list of discredited people. So my guitar player actually was arrested twice from possessing marijuana in China. First time he was arrested for 2 weeks, but he cannot drive for 3 years. He can every time he goes to a hotel, police has to come, does a urine test for him.
Wow.
Every he travel to other city, cops are called. Drug tests are tested on him every single time. So when we go touring to other cities, when we travel to other cities to play a show, we have to wait for him, no matter it's on train station, airports, or hotel. We have to wait for this guy to get his drug test done. Otherwise, we cannot move forward. So it's for 3 years, bro. Like 3 years cannot drive. And,
That's
and all that.
insane,
So
dude.
that's the list. That's the list, and it's a credit list.
Fuck.
No, I mean I know we have credit scores here, but they're very different because they're pretty much
Yeah.
only used for financial things.
For
So,
loans.
yeah, like literally loans, credit cards, and like other kind of adjacent
Insurance.
things. Yeah, because like let's say if you have like a shit credit score, you can still like drive around. You can have a license. You can still fly.
Yeah, you can do whatever
and
you
stuff
want.
But
like
your
that.
insurance is gonna be like
You could even take out some loans depending on how.
depending how low it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a low credit score isn't the end of your social status, luckily, in the U.S. Because, I mean, yeah, to that
Yep.
kind of extent that you're describing, it's like, yeah, they crack down on everything.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
True. Everything.
God, I love being in
Like
California.
literally, I think. Okay, so basically, if you commit a crime in China, it's impossible to get away because cameras are everywhere. Like you don't really have to do shit. You're using WeChat, the social media platform. Then they'll
Like
know
someone
exactly where
jaywalked,
you're at.
shoot
Probably
him.
also listen to you, or probably also hearing you what you were saying. So it's easy for them, bro. Police have like they're so easy to catch someone if they want to find you, they're gonna find you.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Cops here just don't care sometimes.
Yeah,
Bro,
cops here will literally like when they broke into my car, the cop came by. He was like, "Okay, here's a report. Give that to your insurance." And it's like, well, like they left like some stuff and whatever. And it's like, oh well, yeah, that's just how it is. You just file it and then forget about it. So
they're very nonchalant sometimes. But then there can be you can get the cop that's a complete prick and they'll go right by the book and be like, "No, you jaywalked. I'm gonna give you a ticket for jaywalking."
Dude, like those cops that fucking surround me when I was dropping off the fucking old lady.
Oh yeah, I was gonna be one of the topics. Like, what's your craziest encounters with the police here, at least in America? What would you say?
There was one time he wanted me to tell the story we had on the beach with the Asian cop, I guess.
Yeah.
There was one time and Michael, we took some acid and we went to Santa Monica, right? We were on the beach trying to have a good time, waiting for the tabs to kick in. And this like Jeep thing, like Jeep police car, just drive on the sand, drove on the beach and came straight to us. And there was this bold Asian cop came out of the car with another one, I think, two cops.
It was a white cop.
And so
white cop.
Yeah, a white cop, yes. And so this guy said, we got a report from someone that you guys were having, you guys possess alcohol or something, or like glassy container. I think they accused us for bringing alcohol to the beach at first. Yeah. And I was like, because we didn't want any trouble because we're literally waiting for the LSD to kick in.
Dude,
so,
I was shitting myself. I was talking to the white cop and Tim was talking to the Asian cop basically, and the cop was just telling me like, okay, let me check your backpack, and I was like, no, and he's like, listen, I don't care if there's weed in here, I just want to see if there's alcohol, and I'm like, I don't know, and he's like, listen, man, I promise you, if I find weed in here, I'm not gonna worry about that. I just want to see if there's alcohol in here. I was like, you know what? Okay, fine. I decided to trust the cop for once, and he checked, and he's like, he grabbed the capsule, and he's like, see. I don't care about this. And he dropped it back in the bag. And then he kept looking, and he's looking to see, you're fine. But then I look over to Tim, and then the Asian cop is like showing Tim, like, what is this? And it's like a little bottle that Tim would have for like medicine. And he was trying to talk to him in Chinese, but he didn't speak Chinese.
Oh shit, guys! That was actually okay. So just to clarify what I had at the time, I had this little glass container of some menthol extract, menthol mint extract or whatever. It's actually used for digestion, but it's like a clear bottle. It's exactly like vodka actually, and Chinese characters are written on it, and there's a little percentage on it. Probably says like 1% alcohol or something, and that's scary as fuck because that categorizes probably liquor or hard liquor or something like that. But so I began to speak Chinese to him because I thought he can understand Chinese and he will actually let me go. Or something.
I don't speak Chinese. He said it like that.
Yeah, I tried to speak Chinese with the cop, but eventually he let me like dump all the liquid inside of the bottle and let me go without any charges or tickets. So it was good. It was kind of scary though, because like we actually had the worst thoughts, bro. Like imagine tripping acid in jail.
Dude, I wasn't even thinking that shit. I was just like, fuck. They're gonna book us. They're gonna arrest us. I'm gonna get in trouble. I have to explain this to my parents. And I'm just like,
fuck, dude.
But then like they let us go, and then literally as they walk away, we look at each other, both of us, like at the same time. We look at each other, and it hits. Like it hits at the same time. We're both like, boom, and I'm just like, oh, we start laughing. Yeah. And the acid hits right in that moment. I think like our body was like. Adrenaline was keeping us from feeling the effects fully, and then the moment we relaxed, it just kicked in fucking strong.
Oh fuck, dude, that's fucking terrifying. I feel like that's the start to a bad trip.
Crazy. That could have been really bad.
Oh, yeah, that was a close one. That was a very close one. And I know even if you get caught from possessing alcohol on the beach, it's not a big charge. But
I know, but what if they tested us for the acid? They could have tested us like to see.
Exactly. Under the influence, you're gonna feel like hell. It's gonna be the worst trip ever, bro, if that happens.
Fuck that, dude.
Fuck, dude. That's too close. That's too close.
How old were you when you first came to the U.S.?
I was like 16, I think.
I love being
16.
years old.
Oh yeah, it was a long time ago.
We were 18 when that happened, I think. 18 or 19. I don't remember.
Oh
I guess.
yeah, that's a few years ago.
That was 7.
That was 7 years ago. Fuck, dude. Fuck.
That's crazy.
I was like, oh,
Time
that's not that long.
flies,
That's
dude.
not
I
that
still
long.
feel like 18 and
dude, that was
19.
back in 2019.
But-
2019 was 5 years ago.
Fuck.
Endgame came out almost 5 years ago.
Fuck, dude.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna be 30.
I'm actually.
Yeah,
gonna be-
we're fucking getting to middle age. We're almost at middle
We're
age.
closer to 40 than we were to 10 years old.
Don't say that, dude.
Don't say that. Nah, I can't handle it. I'm like, I was watching this TikTok of this guy. He was basically going like, oh, I'm so old now. Like, I can't. I don't understand what skibbity toilet is. And he's like, I was born in 2002. I'm like, 2002? You're still a fucking child. What do you mean?
Dude, they're old already, dude. 2002.
He's like, I'm 22. I'm about to go to college. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Put it in horizontal mode so we get a better picture. If you can.
Sure. My iPad is overheating because of the weather, so like I'm trying to let it continue to work.
Oh, that's
my
good.
iPad is literally like a stove right now. My iPad is like a stove. Like it's like
Fry an egg
Super
on
hot,
the
right?
back. Fry an egg on the back.
A nice roasty steak.
throw it in the pool.
It's waterproof,
dude,
right?
I was gonna say,
I
isn't
want
that
to smoke
the water cooler?
Is that the same iPad from way back then? You have
nah,
this-
dude, it wasn't that one.
I was like, fuck, you still have your old ass iPad.
He upgraded.
Nah,
man.
it's a new one, bro.
He's a rich
That was
Chinese
cool.
billionaire.
That was-
Come on.
I got the iPad 2 or something, iPad Air 2 when it just came out. It was a long time ago.
Damn. Okay, so
But
yeah.
Bangkok is definitely worth coming, guys. If
No,
you
it
guys ever
definitely is. It looks fun out there.
come,
Yeah.
it's so much fun out here.
Stay in just the
Okay.
tourist areas, right?
What?
We'll have to stay in only the tourist areas so we don't get shaken down too much.
No, dude. I honestly like the tourist areas are like fine, but tourists wants to go to the touristy places are not that fun unless you want to see ladyboys.
Mark 1 off the list, and then
No, I'm serious because a lot of people come. You know, you ever heard of sex tourist?
well,
Sex
yeah,
tourism.
that's
Yeah.
what Thailand is famous for. Dude.
Yeah.
Come on. Everyone
Yeah,
knows
that's
that.
that's what it's famous for. So
Even in like the
people come,
90s.
they do this sometimes.
They come back with a little Asian woman and they give her a green card, or because they got married to her, and they bring back a lady boy.
Bro, it worked both ways. Because some Thai people also do that.
Oh,
I
shit.
feel like Thai people have children with like tourists and
What?
and they fly back to their own country and with the child.
I was
Happens all
telling
the
you,
time.
Tim was trying to
What?
stay here, and I was like, what is a way I can stay in America? I was like, why don't you marry a white woman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, compared to America, it's like the cultural difference out here. It's super fucking good. And also,
I can bet.
you can ride motorcycle here. No license, it's okay.
Oh,
And you can do it.
so like Mexico.
Yo, I was when I was riding in LA, I was actually got into a lot of trouble because like I got pulled over so many times, bro. Like I
Damn,
also
you're like
went to
you're
court.
Asian. You're driving bad. We gotta pull you over.
That's not true, bro. That's
No, I'm saying the cops
I had my
got that.
dealer, bro. When I lived in North Hollywood, there's one time when I was living in North Hollywood, and there's one time, and my plug was calling me. My plug was like, "I gotta be at your pad in 10 minutes." I was like, "Fuck, I'm in South Central," so like I flew on the freeway.
Oh no.
I drove like I drove super fast, and
120.
and I see like cops like police like behind me.
Oh man.
So I got out of the exit. 2 female police officers came
Oh,
out
man.
of it, And,
I've seen this one before.
and 2 female police officers, first time, like, and they asked me to pull over the bike and walk the straight line for her.
What?
So I did, and they let me go because they see me as an Asian, and I think if I were like
you got
other
discriminated.
minorities, they wouldn't do the same. Just being honest, I think they were like actually racial profiling.
I
Like
bet.
every-
Yeah.
I believe
Fucking
it.
sounds like it. Yeah.
I believe it. That's crazy.
and I was literally driving probably 50% above the speed limit.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It was enough to put me in jail actually,
Oh shit.
but they didn't. I was actually just being really nice.
Just
and,
a light
being
felony.
polite. Yeah.
Damn. That's so much. Wait, okay, so what was it like when you first came to the U.S. 8 years ago or so, or the first of the 8 years you were there?
Bro, it was very different. It was very different because everyone have a different perspective about Chinese people, and they see they learn from the media, right?
Yeah.
So they ask me questions like, "Have you eaten dogs?" or like, "Have you eaten cats?"
Even I asked you
did
that,
that.
dude. Even I asked
Yeah,
you
back
that.
in the day, I don't take it personally because literally everyone was asking me like that. The first question, they're gonna have to make sure.
Confirmation.
Where do you think that comes from?
Wait. So, Tim, the golden question: have you ever eaten dog?
Come on, man.
That's
You're
not a
serious?
no. I want to hear you
dude.
say no.
No, dude.
Okay. But do you know any people that have eaten dogs?
In my life, actually, I've heard of someone that have eaten dogs, but not in my direct relationship. Not the person that I know that
Gotcha.
eats dog. No one that I know that's like bragging in front of me that I have eaten a dog. Never happened in my life. But I do know some people eat dogs, and they're heavily criticized in China too. It's the same in American social media, on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's the same. Basically, everyone, they also illegalized any consumption of animals like that in China, and they also banned it. So, but the news doesn't come out. The only news that can come out to the Western social media are the news that everyone eats cats and dogs. So that's where the questions came from.
I think
racism, and it's not funny to hear how do you call it? Oh, we don't eat dogs anymore. Like the meme spreads a lot easier.
But I feel like we've been hearing that
the other
since we
one.
were kids.
Yeah, that's why the meme persists.
But I think it now changed to where it's like, oh, you guys have eaten bats, and like COVID was your fault and stuff like that. So, were you still in the U.S.?
I mean, that's also media portrayal. Then,
yeah,
I don't really take it personally. I just don't want people to think that's true, because if you believe that shit is true, that means you also believe any other lies government trying to portray through media. That's kind of scary, because like believing Chinese people eat bad is not that of a big deal. But what if they're trying to influence you into different political ideas and you believe it? That's kind of dangerous.
Hey,
yeah,
that's what I always
nuance.
say. So you've been on
Yeah,
TikTok
for real.
too, Tim, or no? What do you think about TikTok?
I saw the clip that a Singapore CEO of TikTok trying to explain that to a congressman. I watched that clip.
Yeah.
And that clip was heavily shared on Chinese social media as well. Some people shared it to me. My father actually sent me that clip yesterday about the TikTok CEO chairman, I think, spoke in front of the Congress to answer questions. But I think he was asked. The question was, "Are you Chinese, or have you ever worked for CCP?"
Do you have a Singaporean passport?
Yeah. Well, this guy was like, "I'm a Singaporean. I'm a Singapore national," and he didn't deny it, but
True.
He was like, "Senator, I'm a Singaporean." Or that's the only response he had. But
I feel like that's kind of suspicious, because instead of being like, oh, yes or no, right? He's like, who? Me? Why would I do that?
No, in the wise words of Andres, I didn't hear a no.
Exactly. I didn't hear him say no. That's a little suspicious.
No. All right, let me join you.
Sorry.
Come on, Tim. Don't you know cigarettes are bad for you?
It's Chinese medicine.
Huh?
Don't you know cigarettes
it's
are
sativa,
bad
bro.
for you?
It's the sativa that I had.
Oh, okay. Just kidding.
There is a dispensary out here. There's a dispensary out here called Jack Hare.
Oh.
Thailand immediately shuts it down after we post this video.
No.
You know the strain, Jack Hare?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I know a lot.
Jack Hare is my favorite weed strain.
Is it really?
Sativa strain. Yeah. And they have a dispensary out here called Jack Hare.
Oh.
That's funny.
Interesting.
Oh, horizontal, right? Oh,
Yeah.
There you go.
white ankle. Wait. My bad.
All good, all good. So
Were you?
So I was gonna say, yeah. Sorry. Tell us a little more. Like what? So what was it like? You know, I don't want to say growing up in LA, right? Because obviously it was just the last few years of like high school and stuff. But I mean, yeah. What like overall, what was it like? Like the school system here versus the school system in China.
I love that question actually, because it's like in depth. Because I moved to LA when I was in 11th grade, and I redid, and I did 11th grade twice actually, because the education system is completely different. I was in an international school before coming in, but still the curriculums are totally different. So I had to do it twice.
Hmm.
Eventually passing the GED to graduate. But I
Base.
mean, yeah, that's what I did. But I mean, culturally, language was not a barrier because I knew English before I came. But culturally, yes, it's kind of isolated, to be honest. I lived in like a super like a northern part of the town. I don't know if you know. It's called La Cañada.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know what that is?
yeah.
That's like a horse farm. There used to be like a horse uh place they keep their horse at. La Cañada. And there's like no other people there. Every single time I had to like hang out with all my friends from the south part of LA. I had to like take an Uber
Yeah, I
for
remember that.
for over an hour.
Why'd you live so far?
I was like 17, 16 or something. So I had to live with a homestay. What do you call it? Like a homestay,
Like foreign exchange program?
no, not like exchange, because exchange means you don't spend your own money and the government pays for the exchange program. I'm not part of that, but I was just personally paying for it. So of course I'm gonna just find a home. My parents actually found a homestay in the city that's not too far from my school.
Wait,
So that's why I had to live there.
You went to school in South Central or no?
No.
No, I went to school in Altadena.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
You know?
That makes more
So
sense.
how did you and Michael meet?
Dude, we met in South Central by my hood in Watts. We
But
were at
how?
we were at a show.
Yeah.
I went to a show.
Okay, okay. So
Tell us,
before I moved to America, so I was playing punk rock band every single day, like playing shows, playing like punk rock music, playing in different clubs or touring in China too. So I was not focused on going to school at all. So my parents were like, "We're gonna put you in America so you can get away from the punks influence." And they think it's a really bad influence.
Or at least they got a
Honestly,
big rise.
Honestly, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true, because once my mom went to the club that I was playing when I was 15.
Oh, man.
And when I was playing on stage, I literally saw my mom down, like in the crowd.
Oh, no.
Imagine seeing that shit.
That's fucking
Yeah.
terrifying, dude. I would be scared as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed actually, because like I was very embarrassed. So
I'm
Mano.
but they didn't know, like when I moved to LA, I continually finding my squads. I continue hanging out with the locals, supporting the community actually. Yeah, we just like so a lot of the weekends I basically live in South Central. I just like live in different friends' bedrooms or floors. Sometimes I just sleep in a corner or something, or sometimes I sleep in the park too. I've slept in the parks a
You
couple
slept
times.
at my house a couple times. A lot of times.
Yeah.
Wait, why'd you have to sleep in the park?
Yeah.
Because after the
Park.
show?
Yeah, it was
By
far as fuck.
by Firestone. They're Firestone and
Southgate?
Florence or something.
No, it's the other side.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think there was a park. Yeah, there was a park. There was a
Yeah.
park in Firestone.
Where
Yeah.
like the freeway is, right?
I forgot actually. There was
okay.
only a
No,
few
I
times
think I know
had
which one.
nowhere to stay. I had to crash, but like because so going back is like, for me, going back home is a long journey, bro. It takes like more than 1 hour to go
It's
back.
fucking far.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, La Canada, or yeah, that's
La
fucking
Cañada.
La
Yeah.
Cañada. That's so fucking
Yeah,
far.
that's
dude.
hella
out in
far.
the middle of nowhere.
Yes, dude. Yeah, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy far.
So we fucking it was
I'm
like
gonna go sell it.
it was like 2019 or 2018. I forget the year. And we were at it was by my house, Grape Street. There was this place called the Watts Cave, and they still do shows now sometimes every now and then. But it was very popular back then. Like people would go all the time, and it was me, Pedro, Walter, and Roman, and we were all pre-gamed and we were drunk and we showed up. We didn't even go inside. We were just at the entrance of the show.
Yeah.
And we were just posted up drinking in a circle, and out of nowhere, Tim and this other small like Mexican dude just pull up into our circle, just stand next to us, and I'm like, okay, and then they just start talking to Tim, and I'm just like, okay, so we're talking to this guy now, okay, cool, and he passes the liquor, and he's like, we're all taking shots, and after that we just get to know each other better, and he's like, oh, it's cool, it's like you're like the only Asian guy here, I don't see Asians out here, it's in the hood, he's like, yeah, and then the night escalates. I forget a lot of it. We end up leaving, and I stay in contact with Tim. And then the next day, he hits me up on Instagram. He's like, "Hey, do you want to go to a show? I'll pick you up." And I'm like, "Pick me up?" And like, and then, what do you mean pick me up? He's like, "Yeah, on my motorcycle." I'm like, "Motorcycle?" And I'm like, "Fuck it," you know. But I'm tripping out because I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like random Asian dude asking me to go with him on a motorcycle somewhere in East Los Angeles. I'm like, okay, you know what? Whatever, dude. And so I end up going. I ride on the back of the motorcycle. We go to another show, and we're just getting. We get drunk. I get pretty high, and after that, we just basically start hanging out like that. We meet at shows. We go to shows. We hang out, and and then not too long after that, we just start hanging out at his house. I go to where he lives. I go when he lived in Alhambra, when he lived in Hollywood, then he moved to North Hollywood. We would just hang out. And for like, I would just escape because at the time I was just trying to not be at home. I had a lot of issues at home. So I liked leaving LA, South Central, to go out there, and we would just do psychedelics almost every fucking day, or just chill out or go do something out. And you know, that's basically our friendship, how it started.
Damn.
That's crazy.
There was a time that we heavily explored psychedelics. I think it was in 2017 or 2018.
Yeah.
We heavily explored psychedelic trips or microdosing mixed with weed, or like even I personally even did ayahuasca.
He did it.
LA.
I didn't do it. He did it.
You were scared? Or?
No, I was no. I'm scared, dude.
Yeah.
He said he had to wear a diaper. I'm like, I'm good.
Okay, wait. Walk us through the ayahuasca. How was that?
Doing ayahuasca, it was not definitely not for fun. It's not a party drug.
It's not a party drug. Dude.
I've never. Okay, so I watched the clip of Mike Tyson tried the Todd, like the 5-MeO DMT. He smoked that shit, and he said he let his ego detach or something. But I didn't try that form. I tried like in a herbal medicine form. It's like basically I went to this. I back then I had this app called Meetup. I don't know if you call Meetup group. It's called so you can actually be a group leader. And back then, I used that app to organize motorcycle rides in LA. So I had this vintage motorcycle group, and through that group, I knew this guy actually told me there was another meetup group where you can do ayahuasca with the shaman.
Oh my god,
shaman
in Los Angeles, yeah.
Oh wow, let's go and dress
So-
some down.
No, fuck.
it's not a party. Okay,
I'll do that when I'm like having like my middle age crisis. That's where I'll probably do it. You know, but right now I'm good. I'm just
You're only like 5
No,
years
dude,
shy of
shut
a
the
middle age
fuck
crisis.
Let's speed that shit up.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, and then
Right. So I joined the group, and we actually there was like different events, different dates, right? So I picked up a date when I was like, and I'm completely available. When I'm completely available, it says to bring a pillow, like a mattress.
like that's gonna fucking
what-
help, dude.
Yeah, I'm $100 and some shit like that. And
Shit.
so I just went, and it comes in like, you know, have you ever seen those therapy groups? Like a group of people sit in a circle in like when I get there, there was like a huge yoga room. Actually, it's in a yoga room, but surrounded by plants, like shamanic plants, like Amazonian leaves. It's actually kind of cool. And there was this shaman, I think from Thailand, was introducing the medicine to everyone, introducing the spirit that's gonna come through, and the purge process, because there's supposed to be a purge process. Everyone's different, because if you are very detached from something, it might comes in a way of crying and it's like
I've
or
seen that
laughing
shit.
or some like for me personally, I had a huge diarrhea. Actually, that was my way to purge, dude.
That would be me. That would be me.
I mean, it could happen, so I wouldn't call it fun.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's actually there are more than that too, because some people threw up the whole night. Some people just like
Fuck yeah, I've
keep
seen
throwing
that
up
shit, dude.
the whole entire night, bro.
Oh
It's like worse than, and some people. It's like some people just like crying the whole night. Some people
Yeah.
laugh.
Yeah.
Or a mixture of different way of purging. And actually, the way I did it, I just experienced a lot of fear, man. It was
Fuck yeah.
very
That would be me.
upfront, like every single aspect of yourself or ego, that your understanding of yourself, like from a very beginning of life, it's like everything you try to hide. For example, I tried to steal when I was in elementary school, right? And my parents like basically corrected for me. They just basically beat the shit out of me, and I fixed that. So I was in a very deep childhood thoughts, and it caused me some trauma, a little bit trauma, right? And
Man,
it came
not
out,
good for
and
me, bro. I have a lot
and
of that.
and also back then I smoked a lot of cigarettes. So
Yeah.
something very, very like I wouldn't call it miracle, but it's kind of strange. Is after that ceremony, the next day I tried to smoke cigarettes. I feel no joy. I was like, it feels like first time smoking cigarette, bro. It's like you never smoked before. Your lungs are like brand new, and also weed. Like you just don't feel it. You feel like you don't need it. You feel like you're being factory resetted.
You hit the reset button.
Shit, I should do it just to get. Just to
Yeah,
experience weed.
Yeah, your
ADHD.
circuits are like
Yeah.
reconnected. Kind of like reconnecting your circuits. So don't do it often. I wouldn't do it alone. I would
I don't
never
even think
do
you'd
it
want
by
to do that shit
myself.
often, dude.
No, I don't think so.
Imagine like just one time and that's it. Never again.
Fucking
Yeah, it's a
daily
one-time
doses of
thing.
ayahuasca. Wake up in the morning.
I microdose some ayahuasca. right before I go to sleep.
You made me remember. You made me remember a time that we were out doing acid. It was you, me, Crystal, and Pedro, and we went to the rooftop. We went to that rooftop of your friend that used to live in downtown. So I was constipated that whole fucking like 2 weeks. No, like a week. A week. I was constipated for a week, dude. And I remember taking acid, and we were walking. Remember, we went to like I told you I hit you up, and I was like, hey, we're out here at this party, and then you showed up, and it was like a flyer party. It was just a bunch of fucking like hood people, and it was like DJ music. And then we were like all on acid, and we were like, okay, let's walk around. And you're like, let's go to the rooftop. I mentioned you because we were by like Koreatown.
Oh.
We were by like Koreatown,
Yeah.
and you said, oh yeah, we can walk there because we were tripping. And I was like, fuck, dude, I have to use the restroom. And I was like, we walked and we got to a Subway, and I took the fattest dump at Subway, dude. All my shit from the whole week. But look, dude, this shit felt primal. I felt like I was a wolf in the forest taking a shit. I'm
Just
not
in the park, it wasn't even a Subway.
It was Subway, and I remember just like,
Michael's
I can feel every texture of this turd exiting my asshole, dude. And I was just,
It wasn't the texture. He was just scooting along the floor, wiping his ass on the fucking
no, but
grass.
here's the funny thing. So we get to the rooftop, okay, and I don't know if I've told you this before, Tim, but we get to the fucking rooftop, and we're chilling, we're relaxing, right? We're hanging out with that one guy with the dreads. Do you remember his fucking? I don't remember his name. And I'm sitting down and I'm enjoying what I'm feeling, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why is this pillow wet? And I get up, right? And I'm like, what? And it's wet, and I think I dropped water on myself or something. No, but but then I'm like, why is it on my ass? Why is it in my underwear?
Oh my god.
But then I'm like this. I'm like, this isn't shit because it doesn't smell like shit, and it's not piss because it doesn't smell like piss, but it's coming out of my asshole, dude. And I'm just like,
Anal leakage.
anal leakage, dude. Acid made me have anal leakage, and I don't know if it's because of what I was whatever was making me constipated, but it's like
It was like the plug coming out and then
No leakage.
I had anal leakage, dude, and I left the pillow with like a puddle, dude. But it wasn't shit because I was really like, this isn't dookie. It doesn't smell like dookie.
he's just fingering himself, going, "Where's it coming from? Where is it coming
It
from?"
tripped me out. It
where
really
is
did
it?
trip me
Where
out.
is
I'm
it?
like, dude, am I like, is this like, because the only thing I could remember is like, at a young age, I watched One Guy, One Horse.
Oh.
and he got fucked, and then afterwards he was leaking like clear liquid, and I'm like, is that basically what's happening to me right now? Am I gonna have
You're
like
leaking horse cum?
I'm gonna prolapsed anus? What's going on? And we go on throughout our day, but I'm like, to this day, I will never forget. I had anal leakage, dude, because of acid. I didn't ever think that was possible. I think maybe I'm one of the first people to ever experience that.
Experience anal leakage.
First person to have acid-induced anal leakage.
Oh.
Maybe.
Acid-induced anal leakage, yeah, from constipation. You know?
Put a little banner on that. Put a gold star on it. A+.
Michael approved.
Yeah.
Actually, the first time I did essay was in Chicago. It was a time when I visited my parents. My parents were in New York, right? So I supposed to go to Chicago to transfer. They're waiting for me for passing for New Year, I think, or whatever. But I actually missed the flight to New York, so I had to stay one night in Chicago. So back in the time, I had a friend named Woody. He's a filmmaker, actually. He's a director now in France.
Woody Allen?
But what?
No, not Woody. It's not the same Woody, but he said his high school friend sells acid. So that was the first time I took acid. It was in Chicago. It's like freezing cold, bro. Like in winter, Chicago, we walked, like just I wouldn't call it walk. It's almost hiking, just like walking through the entire city, just nonstop. We go to Chinatown. We go to like different part. We would see the Bean, like Chicago Bean or whatever. That was the first time I tripped. But then I went back to LA. I immediately looked for the local plugs.
You're like, I need acid.
Yeah, I gotta share it. It's fucking fantastic, bro. I wanted to. Okay, so back then, right after I did my first trip, I just had the thoughts in my mind. I had to do it in Santa Monica Beach. I had to do it in ocean, just swimming, just like floating. And while the sun is like on
That's
you,
terrifying,
so
dude.
you're
Pulled by the current.
you have water.
I almost
You're not
died like
thirsty.
that.
You can drink water. You have food if you want. You can use the bathroom if you have a anal leakage, and so like everything's set. So it's like compared to a different city in winter, it's 100% better. So, and also in the forest too. We went to National Angeles Forest to take shrooms or acid.
That's nice.
Sometimes it was also very cool. But okay, so one time, me and another friend, Michael, you know William.
I think
This
so.
guy called William.
I think so.
William, okay. So
William
last
Aston?
time he was saying he actually went in. He actually
Wait,
got
I do
crazy.
know. I know who the fuck you're talking about. I think I told you, and you were like, "Did you give this guy shrooms?" And I followed him on Instagram, and he says he posts nothing but like schizophrenic shit now. And I haven't
Yeah,
seen him
it
post
fucked
it in a
him up.
while, dude. I was scared for him because
guys
Walter
did
knows him. Walter
Okay,
knows
so-
him. You know what Walter used to call him? He used to call him Michael Sarah. He used to call him Michael Sarah.
Okay,
And-
so
What?
this
Why?
guy William
gotta
actually
see
William
this.
is actually a friend from our scene from like Watts. I think from one of the
Yes,
shows.
I remember
We
him
went
now.
to
I
see
remember.
a show. I met a guy named William at one of these shows, and William was like so I used to take acid with him. So one day I took him to like I was on a motorcycle. I took him to National Angeles Forest. We're like, let's explore the forest while at night. So we just brought 2 bottles of water, some tasks. We took the acid at 5 p.m. So it hit around 11. So we're completely peaked at 11.
Yeah.
But we got lost because in the forest, if you're not on a trail, you're gonna like get completely lost.
like
the
when we
sun
got
is
lost
set.
in Griffith Park.
Yeah, we also lost in Griffith Park too.
Me
But,
and
so
Tim
that
got lost
trip-
in Griffith Park.
So the William guy, you remember?
Yeah, I remember
he
him now.
actually encountered paranormal activity in the national forest, and it fucked him up till today.
That was the beginning of
fuck.
the
He
schizophrenia.
Yeah,
went to
dude.
jail.
You guys
He
got
went to jail.
schizophrenia.
What?
He went to jail because he did something.
Walk us through it.
What?
And,
Tell us.
Tell me.
You don't
Yeah.
just drop that bombshell.
So what happened? What happened?
He was just pointing at his phone at one point. We were trapped actually because then we realized after 10 the police will actually lock the whole park, like lock the whole entrance of the forest, so
Yeah.
you cannot go down unless you have to spend the whole night there. So at one point William showed me his phone. He's like, I see things. I think there's something around us. Well,
Fuck.
completely pitch dark around it.
That's fucked.
So his phone, right? It's basically the screen is like flashing. No joke. It's just like flashing with the snow. Like it's like the old television with the bad reception. flash it.
Static.
Fuck,
And
that's scary.
So he was like, so he told me basically he saw a spirit, probably maybe Slender Man, maybe whatever like else it is, but he was freaking out, right? So he said, so I was trying to use my phone to like film his phone on Snapchat, so I can document it, right? So I can like
remember that fucking post. Now that you're saying it, dude, I remember that.
Yeah.
You still have it saved?
No,
No,
he lost his phone.
I was thinking maybe I was tripping. Maybe I can see the video tomorrow, see if it's really something happening, right? So while I was pulling out my phone, and I saw my phone was doing the exact same thing.
no!
And yeah,
That's scary, dude. That's fucking terrifying. I would trip out. I would start crying.
If I was sober, I would start crying.
yeah. So like, okay, so that's the one time. That's the only time I called police actually. So after that shit, we had to get out of the forest, you know, otherwise we could end up dead.
Yeah,
And
fuck
so,
yeah.
so we actually like was debating whether we should call the police to open the gate for us. Well, we actually called around 4 a.m. We just can't take it anymore. It's so scary inside.
Yeah.
It's like pitch dark, and while hearing noise from the streets while on acid, it's like
That's
mental.
the thing. All on acid. That's the thing.
Everything's
So we called the
amplified.
police
Yeah.
on acid, bro. Like we're
Shit.
high as fuck, and we call the police. We're like, we're locked here. So can you please open it for me? The police car came 5 minutes later, opened the gate, no question asked. We're just like gone like that. It was fine. But after that, he was never the same. He
Yeah, I
was
believe it,
traumatized.
dude. I think something entered that guy, dude. That sounds fucking terrifying.
Sounds like
Yeah,
the
I think so.
acid,
Dude, he was so normal
the
when we met
acid
him.
Gave him psychosis.
He was so
Yeah.
normal when we met him, dude. He was like a chill dude. That's crazy.
Acid-induced psychosis.
Yeah.
But what about the phones?
It was.
I mean, they were both tripping at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
saw the post.
I think I still have the clip somewhere.
Yeah, I saw the clip when you
it
posted
still
it.
exists. But this guy, basically, after that incident, his Instagram posts were like, you know, devil, you
Bunch
know,
of horse shit,
Jesus,
dude. There's
whatever.
they makes no. He would post Halo, and he'd be like saying he'd quote Bible verses on the Halo picture. Like it was fucked.
Yeah.
It was crazy, dude.
I mean,
Schizophrenia.
yeah. 'Cause
Yes.
Like that's honestly though, that's kind of a scary thing because if your family has like a
he
history of
probably
mental
did.
illness,
He probably
Yeah.
did.
yeah, if your family has a history of mental illness and like LSD or like acid or psychedelics,
trigger it.
yeah, can basically immediately trigger it. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what set him off.
Most likely.
So,
Yeah, that's the one
I've
thing
only-
that's fucking scary
I've-
about doing that. Like,
I've
I don't know
only-
my family's like medical history.
I've only ever tripped on shrooms, and that was with you one time. That when I tripped on shrooms, were the first time we did shrooms together. We were at Griffith Park, and we were like, I remember I told the story off the camera the last time. Where we were taking shrooms for the first time. Remember, Tim, at Griffith Park, and we climbed up the park, and I was like, hey, I'm hungry, and then I went to the fucking cafeteria, and I was in line in the cafeteria for like at least 10-15 minutes just to realize I wasn't in line. I was just like, oh,
standing there.
just standing there. And at that moment, that's when I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, I've been standing here for 15 minutes. They're going to call the police on me. They're going to say I'm on drugs. I need to get out of here. I'm paying for my stuff. And I pay for my stuff. And it's my tray of random food. And I see Tim just chilling outside looking at the sunset, relaxed. And I'm like, and I'm just like, Tim, can we get out of here, dude? I'm fucking freaking out. And I'm giving Tim fear. I'm like, Tim,
Nightmare.
Tim, please, let's go over there. Please, Tim, let's go. And he's like, fine, let's go. And then we just
Yeah,
lay
like
down
I
in the
had a
grass.
mohawk. I think I had a mohawk on.
Yeah,
I
you
had
did.
like a mohawk.
Yeah.
on, too.
That was a trip. I understand that, dude, and it's trippy. Like psychedelics can scare you really easily if you're not mentally prepared for
Well,
that shit.
yeah.
I mean, they're psychedelics,
Yeah.
you know.
Fucking shit.
They do be
Wait, so-
psychedelicing.
So William went to jail because of that or after that?
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
he went to
What's
jail
the-
for something. He went to jail for something, but he told basically 1 year later, 2 years later, he hit me up one day on Facebook. So he was like, "Man, I was in jail because I knew he was in." Okay, so this guy used to study acting, like acting. U.S. What is it called? The USC, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
USC.
Mhm.
He used to study in USC, so for acting. But then
Oh.
because of poverty, he had to quit school and start working. But after that, he was in jail for a few months. When he was released, he was like completely gone, man. Like he doesn't make any sense anymore.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't
jail
know
fucks
what
with
happened to him, but it's kind of strange.
Untreated mental illness. That's crazy.
Mm-mm.
Very strange. Yeah.
Exacerbated by acid in the prison
What-
system. Yeah.
I went to his home once. So
Yeah?
there's one time I went to his house. Dude, that's the craziest house I ever seen. Like I walked in,
after
like,
he
so it's like a tiny
after he broke down or before he broke down.
before.
Okay.
Shit.
Before. I knew he came from a very struggling family, man. Like went to his house. It was like a 2-story apartment building, like in the Jokers, man. Like you went up. His grandma is the only person living with him.
Yeah.
He only has the old grandma. So living inside and everything's old. There's not even like enough lights. There's only like a light bulb somewhere. It's like that. They live in that condition, man.
Sheesh.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's kind of hard to imagine, yeah.
Mm-mm.
So where were his parents or like what?
Who fucking knows, man?
They might have died.
And now we can't ask him because he's in fucking.
I
La La
haven't
Land.
seen him post in a minute. I tried talking to him and trying to like decipher what he's trying to like say when he would post things. Like, oh, like I would try to actually initially talk to him, be like, and try to say like, oh, so you're trying to like seek like enlightenment? Or are you trying to like try to make sense of it? And I would try my hardest to talk to him, but then it was like I would just go over his head basically everything I was trying to tell him. And I haven't seen him post in a minute, but I hope he's doing good. He posted actually. The last time I saw him post stuff, he was posting and he was aware that he's like, hey, I've been going through a lot of psychotic episodes, but I'm okay now. I'm on medication. That's the last time I heard him post something. So he might be okay now, but who knows?
Oh, hopefully.
Fuck.
Damn.
Acid, dude. Acid and shrooms.
Acid in prison.
You know what's crazy?
Now I look
You know what's
back-
crazy, dude?
Now I look back, it's kind of risky, bro.
It's
now
risky.
I think back, it's kind of fucking risky.
Super risky, dude. What's trippy? Something trippy for me is like, you know how like acid and shrooms keeps you up like for the whole fucking night afterwards, even after you peak.
yeah.
So we were out camping. We went on a camping trip once with Tim, Walter, and the rest of the friends. And Crystal took acid that day too, and she fucking fell asleep at 11 p.m. Meanwhile, me, Tim,
Oh yeah.
right? I was like, "Why? How the fuck did you fall asleep?" And she's like, "I was a sleepy, and I went to sleep."
She slept too. The dream must be good.
And I was just like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck?" And me and Tim and Pedro were out there smoking weed at 3 a.m, still trying to go to sleep. And Crystal's just snoring in the tent. And I was just like, "Wow."
Later, losers.
She's like, I just clicked the sleep button.
And she woke up fine. And then I told her, because you know how sometimes you get that, I had it a lot, that like post acid where you kind of get depressed, kind of. I don't know if you ever got that, but I would get that where like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
right?
do.
Post
It's
acid.
called psychedelic crash.
Yeah,
Like, you
psychedelic
crash
crash.
the next day.
She didn't have that
Yeah.
either. She didn't have that either, dude. And I was like, so you didn't feel depressed the next day? No, I felt fine. I felt normal. I was like, wow.
She just slept. through
Strong
it.
brain.
GG.
Dang, yeah. Just get good, Michael. Get fucking good.
Still diff. That's hilarious.
Next day, you feel like shit.
I feel
it's
like shit every time
because
I
you
would do
get
that
super intense. You are super focused on the trip, and your mind is going. Your mind is on overdrive. So
Yeah.
your mind on overdrive for 20 hours, and then your mind is like, "Fuck, man, I'm so tired," and just give up the next day. I guess.
Peak is so good. When you're peaking though, it's like it feels very blissful. That's like the best part of the trip. Like the beginning is okay, but it can be scary. But when you're peaking is always a blissful, melancholy kind of like euphoric thing. No matter what, every
Yeah.
time I've had it, it's always like you feel like a baby again. You feel like you're dreaming as a
Cool.
3-year-old.
I think I remember one of my friends telling me one time about acid and about like after doing it once, he can't really focus on like small, minute things anymore. Like he gets lost in whatever he's trying to do. Like if he's trying to read like game menus and stuff, he can't finish reading the game menus. He just
Oh shit.
like zones out while trying to look at
That
it.
was me
himself
before
ADHD.
acid and
No.
after. That was me before and after. I always suck at keeping
Exactly.
focus.
And I think it matters the most. Then I spent probably we spent a whole year like just constantly exploring.
Yeah.
And I actually
Yeah.
I personally write journals too. Every single time I still have the journals today.
That's what you were doing, you fucking liar. You were talking to the CCP. That's what you were doing.
Oh yeah, he said that you would
Dude,
always
I
turn
you
on
included
you would
something
fucking-
that's the important fact.
You would paranoid me, dude, because you would be like, we would be talking, having a good time, or just talking, right, and then out of nowhere, just be like, and I'd
Oh
be like,
yeah,
and I'd be like,
yeah.
what are you talking about,
record
dude?
myself.
What are you saying?
He was reporting on the
Because I
CCTV.
have a thought. I don't want to lose the thought, so I record it with my phone, and it just started speaking into my. So that's how I write journals. So I concluded a few things because at the end of it, for me, I say it depends on different people's physiology. But for me, if I stack it with caffeine or THC, it enhances so fucking
Definitely.
great.
Definitely.
So normally you smoke a joint to feel something, and now you smoke a puff. You're high as fuck, man. Like if you're on acid, it enhances
it's super
anything.
extremely.
If you're drinking coffee, you are hyper focused.
I remember
hyper creative.
Smoking,
you're hyper creative too.
Smoking weed after you peak, like after the peak kind of goes down, it feels so strong. I remember one time I was smoking so strong. I remember smoked one time after my peak went down. I felt like my face was a sponge, and I was breathing in air through the pores of my sponge face, and I couldn't breathe. I was like, you know, like SpongeBob in that episode. I literally felt like that, dude. I feel like SpongeBob in that Air episode.
Fuck, dude, that just sounds terrifying.
I was like, I don't like this. I'm chilling. I'm okay.
You're Bing chilling?
I'm Bing chilling.
Bing chilling.
Do you remember one time we did shrooms on Griffith Park, and I didn't feel it at all? Pedro was there. We took it when we did the lemon cup thing, where we put lemon juice, and then we put the shrooms.
Oh,
yeah. I think we all took like maybe 2 grams each. I think that's how much it was. And then I take that, and then I think you gave me like a little piece of acid too, because I was like, I don't feel shit, dude. It's been 2 hours. I don't feel a goddamn thing.
Take another one.
And I did take another one. I took another.
Oh no!
I took another one, and then I was on the top of the mountain. These guys were chilling and they're playing music, and they were feeling. And I was like, I still don't feel shit, dude. I'm just smoking weed. I'm just smoking weed out here. I'm not doing nothing. So we get down, and then we go to IHOP. Remember, we go to IHOP, and then we start to eat something, and then I'm like, in the moment, the waitress leaves to get our food. Boom! I'm just like, fuck! I'm scared. Why the fuck? Let's get out of here. I don't want to be here. Tim, can we go? Can we go? It's like, what about our food? I don't know, man. I don't care. I'm not hungry anymore. I'm tripping out. I hated that shit, dude. I hated that shit. I hated when shrooms were like that. They hit so late. I don't know what was up in my stomach.
Yeah.
But honestly,
honestly,
after you left,
the lemon juice.
After you left, I stopped doing psychedelics. Honestly, I
You're like, it's too much.
I'm okay. I'm over it. I'm kind of over it. It's like I'm good. I felt it.
Dude, I'm over
good.
it listening to these stories.
Yeah, legit.
I'm like, I'm good.
I like guess last time we had a podcast, I kind of want to do a single acid, just a little bit, just to experiment hearing these stories. I think
Psychosis activated. Oh man, that's crazy, dude.
I think at the end of it, the most important factor is who you do it with. A good 100%. Friend, positive energy.
100%.
Actually, a big enhancer of the trip. No 100%. Matter compared to anything, the environment.
100% environment, dude.
The people who you surround with has a positive energy that could definitely have an impact on your trip.
Yep.
And also life in general. It's like a condensed version of your everyday life, because imagine your whole year condensed into 1 minute. That's how it feels like sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes
but it's a bit stressed out. Same rule applies. You want to surround by positive people so you can influence each other and get better and be stronger and shit.
And to be honest, the only times I tripped
energy, you can just feel it.
And to be honest, the only times I tripped was because we were surrounded by strangers. And whenever we were surrounded by strangers, that's when I would start to freak out, because I think it was like the uncertainty of like, who is this person? I don't know who this person is. He's in my circle. He's in my personal space. I don't know. And it creates like anxiety, I guess, that would already be there if I was sober. But now because I'm on these shrooms, it's like
even more
super enhanced. I think that's what it mainly was for me.
Interesting.
It's crazy. Well, Tim, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Plug your band. What's your band called?
My band? My band is actually where I lost my old Instagram, so like you can just tag me, bro. Like my Instagram is basically my band page now.
So what is it? What is it? Yeah.
I'll give it to you guys.
My band is called Hang Now. Hang Now. We founded this band. I founded it in 2015 before I moved to America. Now we continue playing shows. But as you know, I'm living in Bangkok now, so we're taking a few months of a break while I explore the lives out here and try hopefully make some money out here too. So that's the goal. And I actually just like also involved in Bangkok punk rock scene. If you see on my story, like we actually went to hosted like an event, like it's like acoustic night, like a simple show on the rooftop last night.
It looks super cool.
So yes, it's basically what I'm doing.
I want to go out there with my band.
That
like
sounds
a tour
cool
thing.
as fuck.
For
International
sure, I'll
tour.
provide hospitality.
Hell yeah, dude.
For
So,
sure.
All right,
The
so if we
f-
go see
really
your band,
good- nice
you have
talking
some
to you
acid
guys,
ready
too.
for us.
yeah. So our final question is, how many ladyboys have you gotten?
Oh no, I don't do that, bro. I actually write my some of my bios. I'm like 100% certified straight. I have to keep it clear, bro. Because out here you have everything. So if you're not into that, you have to make yourself clear. But mostly, they're not gonna lie. They're not gonna lie on the resume.
I'm not gonna lie on the resume.
That's a good one.
It's what like it's technically like this is I don't know, but occasionally some like tourists get scammed. They end up really badly. They end up on the news. They're like, I'm trying to hire like there's some tourists trying to have sex and they end up like fucking a dude, like and they regret it afterwards or trying to clarify with their wife or something.
Ooh.
I don't know. It anything. It's so dramatic. Like watch the news out here is so fucking dramatic.
Damn, we thought American news is sensational.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, we'll hit you up, Tim. After that, we'll plug everything we need to.
Thanks.
So when you coming back to the U.S.?
Well, I have a lot of things I have to accomplish here. After I finish, I'll definitely go.
Hell yeah! All right,
He's stuck in the west for now.
in the East.
Oh, the east. No, it's west. If you go west all the way, it turns into the west.
All right. Well, you're stuck in the East for now.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Michael's geography, but
If you go west far enough, it turns east, dude.
no, because the Earth is flat and we're surrounded by the ice wall. Remember?
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Tim.
I'm in between China and Australia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
In the brown Asian
I guess.
area.
Yes, the
So
brown
we all meet up in
Asians.
Australia.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the midway point is Australia, as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
All
Yeah.
All right, man.
I think I gotta go to get a haircut. I have some appointments out in the
Shave your
afternoon,
head.
so I hope you guys have a good podcast and keep thriving, man. I'm gonna watch your like past episodes for real. Like
Hell
definitely
yeah.
gonna- how
You
it
got
works.
time, man.
Yeah, for sure,
All
for
right.
sure. Thank
That's
you.
Broke Till Friday.
Peace.
See ya.
We're broke till Friday. Goodbye, my friends. We'll see you next week. Now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday. Bye, my friends. We'll see you next week. And now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday.